all care about human rights for the simple fact that we're all human. We're all the same. None of us are superior over another person. So us coming out here, we show that we care. Even if we feel like we're not doing anything, pick up a book and educate someone. Like, you can do something about this.
Woo! I just wanted to remind everyone that human rights matter regardless of gender, sexual orientation, sexuality, race, economic status, immigration status. Like, there's a divided society into so many other things that I can't even name all of them off the top of my head. So we just have to remember that we're all one and that we all deserve our human rights. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very good.
Right now, I was very involved at my school, which was mainly Black and Latin in Staten Island, and I was very active in the U of T, so I'm concerned about labor. And I also am taking courses at the College of Staten Island to try to improve my Spanish. So what I'm going to say today is really focused on labor and on immigration. So welcome, brothers and sisters, to Human Rights Day. My name is Debbie, and I'm a member of the group Staten Islanders Against Racism and Police Brutality. I was disappointed, as many people were here, about the results of the election, because I was disappointed mainly about that people could be manipulated to vote foolishly for Trump. The main promise that Trump made was that he makes many promises about creating many good jobs for workers. And the population in the United States is divided because some white people have accepted racist, sexist, and anti-immigrant ideas. President-elect Donald Trump declared on September 1st, 2016, that he will deport millions of undocumented immigrants living in the United States and build a wall. There are many reasons why I believe that a border wall between the U.S. and Mexico should not be built. The U.S. already has a 652.6-mile border fence. That fence cost $7 billion that could have been spent on health and education. So this new wall is going to cost, they estimate it's going to cost $9 billion and cost $28 billion a year to maintain. It's not moral that the government of the United States prevents workers entering the U.S. who want to make a decent living. I get angry that the U.S. government is so hypocritical. The Maquila Act was enacted in 1989, and it allowed U.S. corporations to freely pass through the Mexican border to build 3,000 factories and import raw materials and duty-free equipment. Corporations pay workers as little as $10 a day while making huge profits. The U.S. government also felt free to ignore the border between the U.S. and Mexico when it wanted to invade Mexico in 1905, 1914, and 1917. The United States has invaded Central America many times since 1900. The United States then created dictatorial governments that support their interests. These Central American governments have created economic conditions and the chaos that caused immigrants to leave their lands and cross the borders into the United States. So U.S. corporations created the same conditions in these immigrants' countries that forced them to come to cross the U.S. border so that they can have a decent life for them and their children. This is all to support the interests of U.S. corporations. This is what causes immigrants to leave their lands and cross the borders into the United States. Donald Trump has promised to prevent companies from moving abroad. Donald Trump will not be able to keep his promise to reindustrialize the Midwest. The nature of the system is that corporations need to constantly look for new countries that have the cheapest labor and the least regulations to build their factories so that they can get the most profits. When these jobs are not created, I think, many people will realize that they have been manipulated to support Trump because he uses racism and sexism. I hope that these divisions will then become their opposites. Women, African Americans, immigrants, Muslims, and workers will leave their divisions aside, defend themselves, and unite to fight for their common good.
Very good.